think of yourself as a lucky kind of person? Can you think of any examples where you have experienced some really good luck? Or maybe you can think of some times when you experienced some bad luck. Hello everyone, I'm Kathleen Pelly. Welcome to Journey with Story. I'm sure some of you have had your fair share of good luck, and maybe of some not good luck. After all, that's just the way of the world, isn't it? Well, today's story is a tale from Korea about a very lazy man who ends up experiencing some very good luck. Let's take a listen and find out what happened to him. Before we begin, I want to make a birthday shout out to one of our unicorn subscribers, Ellie, who just celebrated a birthday yesterday on September the 25th. Hope you had a marvellous birthday, Ellie, and that the year ahead is filled with great joy. Thank you for being one of our unicorn subscribers. Also, a shout out to some new fairy subscribers. Welcome to Paige and Penny, who are brand new fairy Patreon subscribers. We do hope you're enjoying your colouring sheets, and thank you so much for being part of our Patreon community. If you've not already done so, consider joining us at www.journeywithstore.com. Just click on the Patreon button there, and you can even try us out for free to see if you like it. Now, let's take a journey with the sneezing statue. Mr. Kim, who lived at the foot of the mountains, was a lazy lout. He had a family to support, but he did not like steady work. He preferred to smoke his pipe as long as a yardstick and to wait for something to turn up. One day his wife, tired of trying to feed hungry children from empty dishes, gave her husband a good scolding and bade him begone and get something for the household. This consisted of father, mother, and 4 little folks whose faces were not often washed, besides a little dog. This puppy, when danger was near, always ran into the house through a little square hole cut in the door, and when safely within, barked with great gusto. So Mr. Kim went out to the mountain to find something. A root of ginseng, a nugget of gold, or some precious stone, perhaps, if he were lucky. If not, some berries, wild grapes, or pears might do. Meanwhile, at home, his wife pounded the grain that was left in the pantry for the children's dinner. Mr. Kim rambled over the rocks a long time without seeing anything worth carrying away. When it was about noon, he came to one of the mighty stone Buddhas cut out of the solid mountain. It rose in the air many yards high. Ages ago, in the days of Buddhism, when monasteries covered the land and Buddhist friars and nuns chanted hymns to the praise of Lord Buddha, devout men, labouring for many months, chiselled this towering statue into human form. Its nose stood out 3 feet. Its mouth was 4 feet wide. On its flat head was a cap made of a slab of granite and shaped like a student's mortarboard, on which 10 men could stand without crowding one another. Long gone and forgotten were the monks, and now the monastery had fallen to ruins. The forest had grown up around the great stone image until it was nearly hidden by the tall trees surrounding it. In front, from the ground up, the wild grapevines had gripped the stone with their tendrils and spread their matted branches and greenery until they nearly covered the image up to its neck. But out of a crevice in the head of the figure grew a pear tree, sprung from a seed dropped long ago by the great-grandfather of one of the birds singing and chirping nearby. And oh joy! At the end of the outer branch was growing a ripe, luscious pear, nearly as big as a man's head. What a prize! It would, when cut up, make a dessert for the whole family. Happy Kim, he blessed his lucky star. Seizing hold of the bushes and wild grapevines, by dint of great effort, Mr. Kim climbed upward and got as far as the chin of the great stone face. Above him protruded the big nose, the nostrils of which gaped like caverns. Yet, although he was standing with his foot on the stone lips and holding on to the nose, despite all his exertions, he could get no further up the granite face. He was at his wits' end. Far above hung the delicious-looking pear as if to tantalize him. A gentle breeze was swaying the fruit to and fro, and it seemed to say, "Take me if you can." But the nose, being polished, was slippery, and the ears were too smooth to climb. What could he take hold of? Surely to shin up any further was impossible. Must he give up the pear? A bright thought entered his head. He would crawl up into the right nostril and hope for an exit to the top. So, thinking he might find his way, he began, like an insect, to enter the hole, and soon the man Kim disappeared from sight, as with hands and feet he climbed into the darkness. Wasn't it dangerous to tickle the nostrils of the great stone man in this way? But whatever Kim may have thought, he kept on, determined to get that pear come what might. Suddenly, a blast loud enough to rend the mountain was heard. Hush! Ho! Had an earthquake or tempest taken place? Was this rolling thunder? No, the statue had sneezed. Thus the stone man got rid of the intruder. The first thing Mr. Kim knew, he was flying through the air, and he tumbled upon the bushes. His wits were gone. He knew nothing. This was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Mr. Kim lay asleep or unconscious till near sundown. Then he woke up and realized what had happened. There was a stone nose beetling over him far up toward the sky. But in sneezing so hard, the statue had shaken its head also, and the big pear had dropped off. Kim found it lying by his side, and picking it up, he went on his way rejoicing. At home, the little dog, looking through the square hole, saw him, barked welcome, and a right merry supper they all had over the big pear cut into slices, as Mr. Kim enjoyed telling the story of his adventures. So Mr. Kim was one lucky fellow, wouldn't you agree? Now don't forget, if this painted some pictures in your imagination, get busy drawing and send us your masterpieces on Instagram or at www.journeywithstore.com. Click on the Contact Us and download your picture there. Cheerio then. Join me next time for Journey with Story.
Music and post-production was by Colette Jonas.